All right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to flatten the back of the head. So if you have a head shape, now everybody, let's just go back. Everybody has an occipital bone, which is the bone that's right in here, which creates kind of a rounder, fuller shape naturally. Some people I've seen have a very flat back of the head where it just lays flat. There's literally no roundness. And I've actually done videos on how to build volume around here. Now this video is more focused on if you have too much of a rounded occipital bone here and you're trying to flatten it. Well, if you have a short hairstyle like this, chances are you're never going to be able to have this flatter, just to be honest with you, especially if you're going this short, because there's no hair to weigh it down or flatten it. You need to create somewhat of a boxed shape or recreate your hairstyle in a sense where you can still have it short down through here, but you need to create more of a, square shape in through here so it lays a bit flatter. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at this mannequin right here, okay? So we've got this mannequin head, and you can see there's a lot of, roundness and fullness in through here. Now, if I were to take this, right, and yes, this will probably be ideal as far as hair length. Maybe you can definitely have it shorter, but this is great for demonstration purposes. So when you're creating a square layer, it has to come straight out this way, right? And then it goes straight out and then straight down. And what that's going to do, even if it was this long here and this was all chopped off, right? And it was like this long and through here, it has to be pulled straight out, and then all the layers have to be pulled straight to this. So it's creating a square, flat shape. Not rounded, meaning like how I cut most of my haircuts are rounded. That's going to accentuate the natural, the natural body and the natural volume and contour of the head. Instead, you have to tell the person cutting your hair and explain to them, say, hey, look, I have a very round head shape in the back and it always sticks out. We need to create a square shape or square layering right in this area where my occipital bone, and use that term, occipital bone. They, as a professional, should know exactly what that is. It's usually right in this area, the middle or round part of the back of the head. You can feel it. You can just go like this. You can tell the person, my occipital bone's right here. This is the roundness. I need it to be square layered. And what that's going to do, even if it's lower, is they're going to pull this straight out here like this, and then they're going to cut everything to this point so it's square, right? What that's going to do, it's going to really flatten everything out like this, so it's going to lay a little bit flatter to the head. That, unfortunately, is the only thing you can do as far as the haircut itself to kind of camouflage and hide that fullness or that roundness of the occipital bone back here. Because, like I said, you can't just get rid of your occipital bone, right? You can't just chop it off. You have to create somewhat of an illusion with the way you're getting your hair cut. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're going into a random barber, somebody you've never been to before, someone who takes 10, 15 minutes to cut your hair, they may not understand it, they may not execute it properly, especially if they're just taking clippers to your head. So I know a lot of you go to just random barbers or wherever you're going, you're just walking in, getting a haircut. If your hair is that much of an issue and concern to you, you have to find somebody who really understands the art of hair cutting. Maybe you need to go to a more expensive place. Maybe you have to start doing research on Google of reviews of people and people who actually know how to cut hair, and they take their time. And it's not going to be a 10-minute haircut in a barber shop somewhere, because this is something, again, that is of importance to you. Another technique you can do, which, again, it's more of the styling technique, is you can use my vent brush, my anti-static vent brush, and you can try to brush the hair down this way and flatten it as much as you possibly can. However, nothing's going to hide the fact that if you do have more of a rounded, fuller shape back here, then you have no option. Now, let's completely change the dynamic of this. Let's just say you actually do have a normal or more flat back of the head, but it's still very, very poofy and full in through here. Then that has to do purely with just the haircut, okay? So let's just take this mannequin once again, and let's just try to create a little bit of an illusion in through here. Okay, let me get some fullness in through here. And let's just say that your hair really, really, really poofs out like this, and it's too round, right? And you want to flatten this. And you have a normal occipital, doesn't protrude out. That all comes down to the haircut, and the person, maybe what they're doing is cutting it too square, that they're going like this, or they're cutting it too rounded, and they're leaving so much hair in through here that they're building graduation. And graduation is when the hair is actually cut on an angle going inwards like this, okay? Or like this way. So if the person cutting your hair does cut it almost square in through here, brings it all the way out, and then angles the scissors or angles your hair going in this way, look what happens. Look at that right there. I just did it with my hand. They're actually cutting your hair the wrong way. What they need to do is layer this and remove this weight, and look at the difference already. Just by me doing that, I'm going to comb this down, and look what happens. Look how much more flat it is and more balanced it is, because I actually did cut this the right way, right? This is a normal shape, a normal kind of back of the head right in through here, okay? And if I wanted this even flatter, it would all come down to then my blow drying techniques. I'd really try to smooth this down and lay it as flat as I possibly can while blow drying. But once again, this is fairly normal. So the person cutting your hair, they have to learn how to actually cut it the right way by not adding more weight and bulk in through here, by cutting it on creating graduation, which is fullness, and then they angle the fingers going in this way. They're not actually following the contour of the head and balancing everything. So really what it comes down to, everyone who's watching, is that you really have to understand the art of haircutting. You really need to find someone who understands shapes in the hair, because that's really going to make all the difference. Let me know in the comments below if you have discovered something new that I mentioned, that maybe you have the wrong type of haircut, right? The person is cutting it the wrong way. Let me know in the comments below. Let's share some stories. Tell me what's happening, what you're experiencing with this. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget, use code YouTube20 for 20% off my products at shop.thesalonguy.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.